route, but against Secret, I think you've got to focus on Wisp. Like, Wisp is the big hero for them. Paladai able to control literally the entire map just on his own is huge.
I think we're looking to have Secret ban out more of the cores, because I feel like that's where the strength of Execration lies. And Execration needs to tend to a myriad of heroes. Isles, go Ogre perhaps, Drow Ranger is a common theme. Speaking of Ogre, both of these teams really enjoy having that hero. So whoever is getting the first pick will likely grab it if it's not banned out.
And
Yeah,
both
we
teams
see
have been...
yeah?
I was just going to put in the... I'm not sure you actually want that, but okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Ballsy.
I get some monitor treatment there.
Both teams have been running on dying as well, which has been kind of one of the little sneaky pocket picks they drag out from time to time. Rappy as well as Puppey have pulled that out.
Do you guys feel like there is a need to ban out the Drow Ranger? I mean, I know we saw a lot of Team Secret strats revolving around Drow Ranger as well as Ogre during the group stages. Do you feel it's such a high prio ban?
Secret are willing to first or second pick the Drow. That is how much priority they put on that hero.
Okay.
Drow is in the same category as OD for Secret. If they can get their hands on OD for mid one, they will be happy to first or second pick it.
And
That's
the reason
how much
that
priority.
the reason that they do pick it so early is it makes the game very easy for your team to play. You make one mistake, you lose a tower. You make another mistake, you lose another tower. Sooner or later, you see a well-executed Drow lineup starts hitting your Raxus 20 minutes into the game. So it's a very dangerous hero to leave in the pool, and you can see that Execration will take it out.
That's the thing. It doesn't have a short window anymore, right? It's not like the old Drow strats where it's like push by 35 or you're pretty much lost.
Yeah.
It's ease of execution from laning stage, doesn't require much babysitting. Maybe for the first couple of levels, you have one support there.
Yep.
Then it can solo the offlaner. Mid-game, like you're saying, it just goes and knocks down towers if you get a
It will
team play.
surprise me if it gets led through any of these games. Yeah.
Agreed.
I think it's back on Team Secret. Are they thinking about letting Meepo through? They are not slam banning the Meepo right now.
I mean, Complexity had an issue with Meepo, didn't they? They didn't do too
Okay.
well against it. And Secret, learning from Complexity's
guys.
mistakes, apparently.
We got at least two more
Sorry,
games.
folks, we're not going to have any Meepo.
Also
Maybe-
no Ogre. I think yesterday we only had one game without an Ogre.
I think it was banned that game.
Was it banned? Yeah, probably was banned.
I'm
then.
pretty sure it was
Yeah.
banned. The Ogre has had a 100% pick ban rate. So
This does mean Secret get Wisp, though, if they want to take it as their first pick. And, I mean, honestly, Paladai with his hands on Wisp is a disgusting force to deal with.
Yeah, one thing that Puppey could be considering is that they don't need to pick the Wisp right now, because I don't think Execration actually plays the Wisp of their own.
I don't think we've seen it this tournament.
Yeah, so I think Puppey could kind of leave in the pool, pick it up, maybe the pick after this. So they're going to go with the Warlock. So maybe we're not going to see IO anymore
Bully
because
strat again.
Highlight plays both the Warlock and the IO.
Oh, okay, there we go. That Undying you guys have been talking about, as well as the Bat Rider we shortly discussed yesterday.
this is actually going to be a really terrifying lane if it's an aggressive off lane here coming out from Execration. Undying and Bat Rider, two relatively strong off laners if you put them together. This is actually going to apply a lot of pressure to Team Secret's safe lane. This might even dedicate both Puppey and Pi to defending that safe lane. And this is something that you want to do up against Team Secret. Puppey is happy to roam if he's given the opportunity, which if he's stuck in a lane like this is good news for Execration because it means that whoever's playing that secondary support is going to be able to roam and they will be able to apply pressure to mid one as well as Kezu.
I think having Warlock and Lifeslayer on his own is okay. They probably won't win the lane against Bat Rider and Undying, but they won't lose it so badly that Puppey constantly is forced to be in that lane. So he might start there, but he'll likely roam around. I think it's, I mean, Team Secret understand that this lane will not beat it, but I think they're okay walking into it and at least trade farm.
And you also don't waste a ban, right? Like, picking the Lifestealer is not only great for them, but also a little bit of a block pick against Execration and keeps a ban slot open for Secret because of the Bat Rider Lifestealer combo that they could have gone for.
I do believe this is our first Bat game in the main stage, right?
It is,
Secret,
yes.
Secret have like banned Bat Slardar first phase pretty much every time.
Yep.
That was up against
They
Mineski,
definitely
though.
against Mineski, yeah.
So that's a must ban. It makes sense.
We're going to see how DJ plays the Bat Rider. It's definitely a hero that a lot of players have different takes on it in terms of the skill build. Some people max the Firefly for better jungling. Some people, go for more napalms. We even see players now actually maxing Flame Break relatively early to take advantage of the recent change of it. But
Against the Lifesteal with Rage, though, who can just take off the stacks.
Yep.
Probably go for
so less so on the napalm max.
less on, it depends, though, right? It depends on how Secret set up their lanes. Like, if the Warlock is the solo support up there, maybe you go for the Napalm and you just focus the support,
10
try and kill them off a
seconds
couple of
remaining.
times. If Secret run a defensive tri-lane, then maybe you still go for the
5
Firefly
seconds
or
remaining.
the Flame Break build.
Yeah, you can see that Execration actually take out Bounty Hunter here, which, you know, when you run such a strong dual off lane, you generally don't want to ban a roamer because, you know, on the other side, they probably don't want to pick a roamer. But Team Secret says, dude, we're okay. We're still going to roam. We're still going to pick our bounty if we have the chance to do so.
Sven has also
10
just been banned
seconds
out by Team
remaining.
Secret. We saw some pretty strong Sven games yesterday.
5 seconds
So
remaining.
I like how there's a chair for 2 girls. In there.
Reserve
yeah,
time.
right.
Lumi.
That's cool.
Oh my goodness.
Team
Calm down,
Secrets
lads.
turn
And
to
the
ban.
Slardar ban, that's also not too surprising. Did Slardar come through? Yeah, yesterday once, right?
We
Slardar?
we did see, I think 2 Slardars.
Bingo
didn't
played
we?
Slardar twice in
Yeah.
the
Twice?
in the eHome Mineski,
Yes.
eHome Execration game, I believe.
10 seconds
Because
remaining.
he usually plays Darkseer a lot, but that was always banned against him.
5 seconds remaining.
So second phases of pick. So Secret, they need someone that's going to be able to roam.
Reserve time.
Who would you like to see there?
But there's none of their typical heroes, unless they go for something
Execration's
unconventional.
turn
If
to
they want to
pick.
go back for a roamer, they may even consider, is Puppy Tree, would he be any good here?
The Puppy's tree and the best spell is going to be the Living Armor, which is not too great against Firefly. Damage over time very quickly
10
takes away the
seconds
armor, so
remaining.
I don't think we're going to see that pick. Or if they do pick it, it's not going to be
5
a great tree in
seconds
game, in my
remaining.
opinion.
What would you like to see Puppy on in that game?
You mean this game?
Reserve
Yes.
time.
Hard to say right now.
You might have to pick something different, something we haven't
Yeah.
seen yet.
Visage
I
and
think
Treant
so.
are like the last 2 heroes.
I
really.
don't think Visitor Tree are good here. We're going to see
Naga.
a Naga here.
Oh, hello.
Team Secrets
She has
turn
been
to pick.
prioritized with banning at all, actually. I think she was banned yesterday like twice, and that was in the last phase.
It was eHome, I think, that Bandit versus
Yeah.
Execration once.
I think Secret banned it once, second phase against Mineski as well, just
Yeah.
to make sure that
10
Miracle didn't have
seconds
that.
remaining.
What's a big threat of Naga there? Or what could potentially be the big threat of Naga
5
in
seconds
the lineup of
remaining.
Execration?
Song of the Siren's great at disengaging to begin with. Then you've got Ensnare against the Lifestealer going through the
Reserve
Rage, so you've got
time.
ways of controlling Lifestealer, but also the fact that if Team Secret go to initiate or go and push around a tower, which they can do pretty nicely with Chaotic Offering of Warlock, you Song while Lifestealer rages and you focus him down. You
Yep.
Song, you net, you kill. And that's one hero just out of the fight, out of the game, and right now it's the main source of physical damage for Secret.
Nix. Oh,
It's a Kazu hero here.
Execration's turn to
It's going to
pick.
be a good hero to at least deliver the life stealer when they go for those roams. And this is something that Execration, this Nyx can definitely burst all these heroes that are currently picked here for Execration. They're not tanky. You could argue that the
seconds
Undying is
remaining.
tanky to a certain degree, but if there's not stealing strength, he's really not that hard to take
5
down. So
seconds remaining.
for Team Secret, this is going to be a good hero for Kezu. Another way to potentially get Ravagers, maybe better than the Tide
Team
Hunter
Secrets
yesterday.
turn to pick.
Execration, they're going for the Chinese strat here, picking up the two-headed
you sounded
dragon.
worried just there. Like, there was a lot of worry.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's a little interesting here.
10
The
seconds remaining.
supporting duo of the Undying and the Jakiro. This is not a typical support duo at
5
all.
seconds
Jakiro, what he
remaining.
does provide is he's got great push, he's got great slows in the dual breath, he's got this spammable ice path, which means that
Reserve
if he's
time.
alive for these team fights, he can get 2 to 3 ice paths off, which can be crucial. So the Jakiro, he's sort of an insurance policy so that you
Nice.
have
I really like
push.
that.
Execration's
So a
turn
big
to
issue
ban.
here for Secret was they didn't have too much wave clear or D-push, and if this aggressive laning setup by Execration worked with a Bat, Undying, Jakiro pushing towers, gaining a lot of influx of gold for their heroes, Naga Siren can race towards the Radiance, have these lanes all pushed out,
10
and
seconds
Secret are the ones
remaining.
on the back foot always. With an Ember Spirit now, you've got some form, as long as
5 seconds remaining.
in the laning phase he gets his items, right? As long as he gets to the Battle Fury, then you've got a way of dealing with a Naga Siren, a way of
Reserve
catching and running
time.
around the map as well, because Naga does a weird form of split push, she's never kind of sitting in the lane as her hero. She always has her illusions doing it while she sits back, so you've got Nyx Assassin, Lifestealer, and Ember who can all go hunting in the trees, in the jungle, in the forest, and go look for her.
And also, Execration, they don't have reliable disable to control an Ember Spirit. You have to commit a lasso to kill him.
Yep.
Jakiro is not reliable because it's an ice path. It's got a really long cast animation. If Ember Spirit sees it, he can just zip on out of there and he's fine. So if they don't grab someone for their last pick that has some sort of reliable but also disposable disable, I think this Ember Spirit's going to get out of control.
And this was one of Mid One's big heroes back what, a year ago or so, and they did try out in the Face It tournament where they were playing. They gave Mid One the Ember Spirit in a couple of games there, and he did exceptionally well for a hero that doesn't see the light of day anymore.
I think EOMX
10
ran it
seconds
once in this
remaining.
tournament against Fnatic. They took him out, so he
5
pops up
seconds remaining.
sometimes.
It's a very sort of player preference hero, right? It doesn't sort of...
One big concern for Execration is once
Team
again they've
Secret's
gone for
turn
this
to
kind of
pick.
lane dominance strategy. Undying very good in the lane, Batrider decent, same thing with the Jakiro. This is a very similar style that they did yesterday against EOMX. EOMX with a very weak lane was able to beat Execration in the lane stage, I would say. So I don't know, I feel like Execration has a lot of eggs on this laning basket. And
I think that's where the Naga is sort of the backup plan, right? Or semi-backup plan.
right, but there's a big dip in between, right?
Yeah.
Naga comes online much later. Your lanes, so you're
10
strong
seconds
early and you're
remaining.
strong late, but the mid game to me is this big gap that Team Secret is going to be able to
5
take advantage of.
seconds
So they
remaining.
have strong mid game with the ability to push towers with Warlock. They have good pickoff with the Nyx. So
Now this could be DJ offlane Timber, and they could have Gabby on the Batrider. They have done that before. They could run the Timber Undying as a dual offlane and have Gabby mid-bat. Do you think that would work nicely for them, bat against the Ember Spirit?
bad against Ember, yeah, definitely can be the case. Ember early on is going to have a lot of issues dealing with the Napalm, but it's not going to be a it's not going to be Ember solo. The last pick here for Team Secret Enchantress, Puppey is very, very good on the hero. We want to see a lot of backstab and a lot of harass to that mid lane.
Now looking at both of those two drafts, you guys said the biggest worry here is for Execration to win that first game. Is this a draft which could make this happen?
I'm behind Execration. I believe in the Abed Naga Siren. I believe, guys.
You believe. All right. Danny, how about you?
I want to say that the safer draft here is for Secret. They've got more room for error.
Unbeliever. Execration, come on.
All
You're
right.
buying me a Tetarek if your team loses.
Sure.
Okay.
It's a deal.
Quick you, Secret or Execration?
Secret for sure. There's no way to control both Ember as well as Lifestealer. Not enough stuns to go around.
All right. Everyone against Gareth. We'll see how that's going
Tetarek,
to turn out.
folks, everyone!
We'll see.
No,
We'll
not
see,
for
Gareth.
everyone.
But
Oh,
with that,
God.
we'll head over to our casters for all the action in game number 1.
Thank you very much, Zoe. Yes, I am here, Toby1, joined by Winter for our grand final of the ROG Masters, Team Secret versus XCTN. I can't wait to see what's going to come out this game. Obviously, we were all talking about this over our breakfast. It had to be Secret. They're the clear favorites coming into this one. Execration, Winter, do they stand a chance?
I mean, that's based on yesterday's performance. Like, their
Yes.
each individual semi-final performance, I felt like Secret were much more convincing compared to Execration. They were really, really shaky in their match against eHome. But, you know, this series, I kind of feel like Execration's lineup is easier to execute in terms of the laning phase. They have a very solid laning phase. They can take towers, and they have a really good team fight with the Naga Siren Song. But I do agree with the panel, they do not have enough catch for the Ember and the Lifestealer though. If they get huge in this game, it might be a problem for them.
Puppey's venturing back from his little warding mission. So the early wards that get planted out. One defensive, one aggressive out from Team Secret. So they're just wanting to watch XCTN's jungle more than anything else.
Yep. Look at this ward for XCTN. I think this ward is probably the most important ward here. Right around the cliff there. They need to see the ganking from the Enchantress. They need to make sure that the lanes are safe from Enchantress, because he's going to be the biggest problem in the early game for XCTN. They don't have like good supports to kill off the creeps like a CM or Witch Doctor.
Looks like Rappy is trying to do something about this bottom room, but at the end of the day, Highlight Dyer, we've seen what he can do with his Warlock previously. They're not going to take any chances being zoned out, but this can be the dual lane for XCTN, so Timbersaw plus Undying to work heavily.
Oh, good luck with that.
Instead of using the Batrider, because we were looking for the Batrider, right? But
Yep. But Batrider mid is like also a very good matchup against the Ember Spirit. They were kind of expecting that as well. And if you're drafting a lineup around the Naga, you want to have heroes that can make a lot of space for you. And Timber and Batrider are both heroes that can create a lot of space. And they have a lot of wave clear, so you can always constantly push the creep waves out and make it very difficult for the Warlock to utilize his ultimate to push towers.
I'm wondering if Mid1 really thought he was going to have the Batrider in the mid, mainly because he didn't pick up a stick charge at all. So it's just a straight PMS.
I think it's fine though. Like his build is more or less fine against the bat. You still want to have the PMS to to tank up against the right clicks of the bat rider. The stick can come later, but I think his build is fine for the lane.
And Rappy's really trying to keep on top of Pylai Die as well as MP, keeping him back off the lane. Timbersaw already is very happy going up against the Lifestealer, so he's got no issues with that.
Dude, Timber and Undying, where's your strength, Lifestealer?
He doesn't have anything. At least he can heal up quickly when he gets Shadow Worded if he's low on life.
I'm looking at both the safe laners. This safe lane of Secret is gonna have more problems than XCTN safe lane right now. Like the Enchantress so far has dedicated her time mostly to jungling, hasn't really made her first move yet. She has a Tornado, like a Wild Wing Reaper at the bottom lane to help up the lifesteal. Like Puppey recognizes this lane is gonna be super difficult for MP, dealing with the Undying plus the Timber.
So he needs to help out here, which isn't really what Puppey's style is. Like Puppey, whenever he places the Enchantress,
he doesn't
looks
have
more
a
towards
choice
the mid.
though. Like the lane is just going to be too difficult for the Warlock and the Lifestealer to handle. He needs to be able to make some room for the Lifestealer so that he can farm.
He's actually bringing in a lot of DPS, so this is more of a kill kind of build. He's going to smoke,
He's going
but
mid.
it is right
Wrap.
on top of the Dire Observer Ward.
Both the wards of Execration gonna scout out any Enchantress movements in the early game, like the top one and the one in the jungle. They are really putting a lot of emphasis into the rotations from Puppey. They understand that their early game's problem would most likely come from Puppey. So very good warding here from XCTN in the early game.
Also good rotations too, because now that Rappy, it looked like he was second guessing if he should do it. This is normally the better angle to come in from around the back, Puppey.
This is difficult, not that easy for...
Mid one needs to get the lock off, and he's going to do it. There's a Searing Chain for the double Hadouken. Gabby's dropping low, and it's mid one who will secure the first blood.
But
the rotation was there, but not enough support.
He was really far up though. I was like expecting him to be a little bit behind, nearer to the tower, since they already saw the smoke. And Undying wasn't like purposely trying to break the smoke though. He was like hiding behind the trees, you saw. Like he probably should have been on the high ground around the left side, so he breaks the smoke. So I think the Undying maybe could have done a little bit more there for the Bat Rider.
And now Puppey is looking to go again. He's still got the double Enchanted Satyrs up. And it's that heavy burst damage that the Bat Rider's just not ready for. The mid one almost feels like a bit of a bait. He just got no way to close the distance. With no Sleight of Fist, he went for a 2-0-2. Doesn't have his spirits up just yet.
He has a lot of napalm stacks on him though, so he's really slow. It's very difficult for him to just run up and get the Searing Chain so that Puppey can come in with his creeps. But I mean, so far Puppey is just helping him out, getting the Ember some space to get last hits, so it's fine, even though he's not getting kills. But the trade-off would be DJ getting all the space in the world in the bottom lane.
Yeah, Timber doing Timber things. Creep skip it out once he got the 2 points up and reactive. A 1-1-2. Top lane, a little bit of trouble for KZU. Albed's really getting into it, but no ensnare. So he doesn't have that control. He went for also a 2-0-2. No control points for now.
I mean, right now for both teams, if Enchantress is not putting pressure, XCTN will be happy with that. They are more content with getting levels, especially on the Jakiro. As a 5 support, you basically just need your levels. You want to be able to get to your level 7 ASAP, then you pressure towers, and you're going to make space for the Naga to farm.
I'm interested to see Secret's response to that too. When Chemo is ready to start pushing, he's gone 2 points up from Breathe Fire for now, so he's more on the lane. DJ, yep, there's your runaway to the tree line. But Puppey, a lot of support, Undying trying to help him.
Fine.
DJ starts the TP, and he is out and away.
Poor Manchu and 2 points in reactive. That's too difficult of a kill there. Unless the Enchantress has a disable creep, which she has 2 Satyrs, which is not going to be able to stop that TP. So good presence of mind there by DJ, realizing that he's not going to be able to die. So runs to the side shot, gets a TP, gets out of harm's way, and gets back to the lane after.
Is Kenzo actually probably one of the very few heroes that can go up against a Jakiro, just because of like the base regen that the Nyx Assassin has?
Yeah, he's really good at dealing with Harris like that. Nyx just being able to sustain longer than other offlaners, but I think his job this game, all in all, is just to get his levels and start to roam with the Nyx, possibly with the Lifestealer. So right now, I think he's getting more than enough. Like he's really happy with what he's getting from the lane. If you look at the other offlaner, DJ definitely getting a lot more because he's a Timber, more last hits. But actually, they are both around the same. Like Nyx is 20, DJ is 23, but if you look at the carries, Lifestealer is getting less than the Naga by a little bit.
Just a little. Next Assassin up a little bit too far too. Now maybe Abed looking for the body block. Keizu needs to create a little bit of space, able to do it with the Impale. Just gets him away to safety, and that's his last consumable now being triggered.
And Puppey is really dedicating so much time in helping all the lanes. He was at bottom lane, he went mid, and now he's going to head towards top lane. Like he's not playing like the greedy Enchantress. Sometimes we see him like really focus on power farming, but this game he realizes that he needs to be able to help the lanes because the lanes are not going too well for them.
Mid one's on the hunt with the Invis rune. He scouts out the very large stacks which prepared by XCTN.
Tasty.
Yeah, especially if Puppey can get himself a Sata. Not a Sata, one of the
Wild
Wild
Wing
Wings.
with,
You're gonna be able to just leech that out.
That's going to be, I mean, Bat Rider's going over for it right now, so unless they can get the Enchantress over with the Dark Troll Summoner with the net plus the Storm from the Centaur.
But you have to realize this. Like, you scattered out the stacks before. The Observer Ward from Puppey.
The Undying just needs to come over to secure the stack for the Bat Rider. He just needs to be there for that.
Here comes Puppey. He'll say hello. You brought in Chemo, you brought in Undying, so both the supports making sure Gabby gets what he wants. They go for the dual breath, but Puppey's army is still making the difference, and in fact, with the
here comes
trap,
the Ember.
Bat Rider, Ember jumps forward, Siri changes out, Gabby's in trouble, Spirit's forward! Midland will chalk up a second kill now.
He got like most of the creeps as well. Oh, that was really, really bad for Gabby on the Bat Rider. That is a huge blow there.
Yeah, that team fight doesn't even capture everything.
Just
you look at the net worth.
Look at the net worth. Oh my god, he's like so much ahead of the Bat Rider right now. 1500. That is bad news for XCTN.
So with this huge injection of money onto mid one, do you try and play positional? Do you go for the early BTs? Or is it worthwhile going for, well, what else? You know you have to deal with the illusion, so you want to get the Battle Fury at some
point. I think
point.
he's going to go for like normal, like just get the BTs first, then get the Battle Fury after.
Gabby, can't get the lasso.
I mean, it's really difficult for Bat Rider to get lasso on Ember Spirits mostly because of the chains plus the remnants at some point. So if the Ember gets out of control, like I said, this game, XCTN do not really have super good ways of catching up apart from the Song plus the Ice Path. Apart from that, it's going to be very difficult for Gabby on the bat. He's currently getting initiated on.
Yeah, and he's going to go down as well. Mid one already there to find the kill.
And Puppey is just babysitting mid on so much and setting up kill after kill, move after move for the Ember. They are really just focusing on getting this Ember, like his very good start. And dude, look at this, 8 minutes Boots of Travel on Ember. Dream start.
That it is.
Look at top lane after this. They might set up a kill on Naga. With the Boots of Travels up on mid one, Nyx just needs to initiate with a stun on A-Bat and BT's in. That's going to be a free kill onto the Naga Siren.
If you can slow her down, keep that relic at bay.
Yeah, he's just dipping into the lane, so Nyx wants to gank right now with his Vendetta. Vendetta plus the Arcane Boots already acquired on Kazu. That's all you need for the early game on Nyx. And he's on the hunt right now. A-Bat, 650 HP, Jakiro around. Not that easy of a kill there for the Nyx.
He's still wanting to have a little bit of help. The Sentry Ward for the Dire Side's a little bit further down, so Keizu just can't walk into that circle or else Gabby's going to realize what's going on. But Vendetta's still got another half duration. Now Puppey brings a little bit of extra help. It's the Troll Trap to start with.
Just annoying.
Keizu, he's in range of the Sentry now. Gabby knows Spike Carapace lines him up for the extra stun with the Mana Burn. Where's the damage? Does he have enough? Lasso is out, the Enchantress creep, and now Impetus from Puppey will reach. The Spirit from mid-one was also coming into support, so there was no way Gabby was getting out of that one alive.
That was very good from Puppey there. He baited the Bat Rider to try and kill his creep, and
Spirit jump with Searing Chains, he gets it. Chemo can't get away. Team Secret starting to walk all over XCTN as they now look to take down the Tier 1 tower in mid.
Well, like I said, if you're XCTN, you're very worried in the early game, the first 10 minutes. Worried about the Enchantress ganks, and here we see here Puppey just making so much happen, especially on the mid lane, allowing the Ember to have such a good start. This Ember is going to be a huge problem for XCTN. They do not have good catch against him.
Well, they need to find some way to try and slow him down at this rate.
Oh, I don't think they can though. I think the best option they have right now is to make sure that their Naga is going to be fat as well and try to focus on playing the long game. I don't think there's any way they can use this Jakiro to finish the game early. The early game is just too difficult for them. Like, it went way too bad for them. they're gonna have to draw out the game.
And with no initiation from Gabby, with Naga not having any space because Gabby's still farming up whatever jungle they can secure.
Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. But even if you go into late game, Amber with Battle Fury does deal with the illusions well, and you have Enchantress to steal the Naga illusions. Secret have very good ways of dealing with the illusions later.
Ace is hoping someone's going to be silly enough to come to that tier 1 tower, but XCTN playing smart. They get the best possible trade out they can.
Yeah, this Bat Rider is gonna have a very hard time. He not only has to lasso the Amber or the Lifestealer, he has to deal with the Carapace from the Nyx. It's gonna be a huge problem. You're gonna need Blink, you're gonna need a BKB, then you want a 4-star for Yules.
That's a lot of money for...
And your stack got stolen.
Here's the jump out. They're all waiting for it. Keizu, the delivery boy.
This is just, I mean, standard stuff from the Nyx plus the Lifestealer.
Mid1's also looking for a chance on DJ. Searing Chains is out. Tipper Chain up from Timber. He is down to half HP, but Mid1's not going to force the issue any further.
Yeah, even the Timber is also very worried about the Nyx. He's gonna have to be really careful against the Carapace, the Mana Burn. Like the Nyx pick here is gonna be really, really problematic for the Timber and the Bat Rider. Even the Naga at some point when you have the Radiance, he's gonna be able to set up kills on you with the Carapace very well. Right now for Secret, they are really putting out a lot of pressure on XCTN. That's what you want to do against Naga. Before she gets her Radiance, you want to take control of the map as much as possible. Because once the Radiance comes up, then it's going to be very difficult.
The Rock, they drop the Chaotic offering right on top of the Timber Saw. He chains away DJ. Maybe with a slow. Mid1, he's going back in again. One charge, Aspiris forward finds the kill, but Rafi and Gabby gonna try and punish Mid1 if it is possible to do. Where's the support? The lasso. They hold the Ember Spirit in position. It's a big kill if they can take it. The sticky napalm charges. Maybe there's some extra life. One charger starts the TP out. Where's the damage? Where's the life? Mid1 away to safety. At the same time, Jakiro went down in the mid lane to the Enchantress.
What a player. He knew his limits and knew exactly how long they needed to kill him. So very well done there by Midon, getting the kill on the Timber and getting out as well.
XCTN must have thought they had that, but you're fueling his fire. The one charges were kicking off with every sticky napalm.
He has to thank Puppy a lot for giving him such a good start. Without that good start, I don't think Amber would have been able to do that.
And Puppy's still been very greedy. Like, he went straight in for the hand of Midas and got another 1,200, 1,300 gold 13 minutes in.
DJ.
They look for the kill on DJ. Support's coming in, but you start to see the impetus damage. A quick chain away, and DJ will survive. One charges just for safety.
You know, Toby, that's like the support telling you, guys, I've done my job. It's time for me to farm, you know, get my Midas.
Get the Midas, get all the beautiful damage. It's still, like, I'd love to see the graph at the end of it, because Puppy, look at the amount of kills.
Dude, they are getting 2 Midas. Warlock is getting a Midas as well.
What? No.
Yeah, he's getting a Midas. They're going to have 2 Midas on both of the supports on Secret.
Well, that's sort of good news for XCTN, because it means you can have a little bit more breathing room before 25 minutes, but after 25 minutes,
if you think about the whole picture, like Secret's heroes are not very good at like sieging and ending so early because Ember doesn't siege very well. So the supports are getting ready for a long game against Naga. So Hand of Midas is perfect for that.
Okay, so would love to set up again, but that's a lot of heroes for just a Nyx
Does
to
he
deal
have backup
with.
though? Oh, Embers are along the way.
Still a little bit too far out. He's just
running out. He's running out on Vendetta, so not going to be able to chase forward. But he's close to his dagger. I wonder if they're going to go for the triple Midas. Probably not. Probably not.
Wait, you want to see one on the Nyx?
A lot of players do that, but I think this game he just needs to get his dagger and catch. Like some games you do want to get the Midas. He might be thinking about it. I know Keizu is the type of offlaner that focuses a lot on his own items. He puts a lot of emphasis on that. He makes sure that there's always progression. Some offlaners are very sacrificial. They just get the team item, they follow the team, they get the gem, and they just keep making sure that everyone else farms apart from himself.
But in this game, as you said, like,
Ember?
the counter, yeah, he's jumping in, he brings it, help is MP. They look for the kill over on DJ with a sleight of fist, the damage is huge. XCTN will lose 2 out. They'll drop the rock, cancelling Gabby's drag back. And with the Fatal Bonds connecting him, XCTN's got to think twice about fighting Keizu right in the midst of the fight. Spine Carapace stopped up Gabby, and here comes the Ember Spirit. Once again, mid-1. Everybody will stop as they look very tired, having a nap under the Tier 1 tower.
This is really, really bad for XCTN. They're just losing heroes left and right and losing towers as well. You are the team with the Undying Jakiro and you're losing towers. That's super bad news for you.
Oh, there goes your Tier 1. With Rock up as well, they can just force, they can actually do some heavy damage to the tier 2. And there's not a lot that can really stop him. Tombstone's down, you don't have Undying Ultimate, there's no lasso, even though that hasn't been doing much anyway.
Yeah, like I mentioned, it's a very difficult Batrider game.
Yeah.
After the stack got stolen, his game totally became super difficult. Even before that, it was difficult against the Nyx and the Ember, but
It's just the fact he's never had the Blink Dagger.
yeah, he's gonna have it now. Like 60 minutes of very late dagger. And there you go, the second Midas on Secret.
So your 2 supports on Secret get Midases, while your mid-Bat Rider, 16 minutes in, completes his first critical item, the Blink Dagger. There's no drums, there's no nothing else like that.
I mean, he kind of got wrapped by Puppies and Enchantress in the early game. Bottom lane, they are going for DJ again. Once again, Ember plus Puppy on the hunt.
And with a Spirit Jump over, Poppy's just going to kite him out.
This is just getting from bad to worse for XCTN. If the Timber can't progress with items, he can't have the ability to create the space needed for the Naga to farm.
See, this is where I kind of feel like the Jakiro also falls off a lot for XCTN.
Yep.
Like he can't offer any support. We saw him just before that kill on bottom lane. He was even trying to battle up against a Warlock to take out the mid tower. It's his primary objective, get that Liquid Fire and bring down the towers, but even that got denied. Like Pilot I was able to outplay him in the mid.
Jakiro is a support where if you're ahead, he's brilliant. You take towers, but when you're behind, he doesn't do anything for you.
Yep.
And right now, there's another Infest gang coming on, Kazu. He has his Blink, just purchased. Biggest target, Naga Siren. If they can kill the Naga Siren, it will be really, really good for Secret. They're going to have a huge stronghold on this game.
XCTN just smoked underneath the Observer Ward. Kazu was waiting. They break the smoke instantly. Sentries are up,
No
but Kazu
catch.
blinks away. So the 5-man maneuver and smoke gank soaks up
my
Sentry
God.
Wards,
That is so
lost the time.
That's so frustrating for the Batrider. He needs to get a dust on his inventory right now. Like, if the Nyx breaks another smoke, like the smokes are their only hope of getting back into the game. They need to get a pick off, make space for Naga to farm, and prolong the game. If the smokes are not working for them, they don't really have any other way to get back in the game. So they're gonna try again.
They just smoked under an obs again.
What?
It's same obs. They've got so many sentries in the mid, but they didn't see the Observer Ward, which is closer towards the tier 3 tower.
Didn't they smoke around here?
It saw the 2 heroes just before they went up the ramp, so it was visible.
That is, I mean, they're desperate. They don't really have a choice, Like I said, smokes are their only way back into this game.
At least they get vision. With the Observer and Sentry they left behind inside their jungle, they see Team Secret, so they understand this smoke gank
They are
has
not
failed.
using their scan though. They have a scan, so they probably should have scanned before. Now Secret is gonna smoke.
Yep, they smoke also underneath dire vision.
Secret is like drawing there. They know that XCTN is around the jungle area. They're gonna move towards the area, gotta jump with the Nyx or the Ember. Then the Warlock Golem will follow. The fight will be super difficult for them. Doesn't even want the courier, he just wants the heroes.
There's the Sentry Ward. You're looking for couriers
Oh,
only at
stuck
the
in the
moment,
tree.
and he doesn't see him. Kazu, he doesn't have a way out unless Chemo's going to give him Macro Fire, but that won't happen. It's down to bottom lane. Arbed, Song of the Siren, he'll also be able to get out. There's no disable, there's nothing that will stop this.
And Undying managed to TP out as well. MP went on him with the open wounds, but wasn't able to finish him off before the TP completed. So, crisis averted, 11-0 to Secret. Radiance finally is online for Abed. Let the games begin, Toby. The Radiance.
Really? Is this where the games begin? I've seen the games beginning when mid one doesn't care. He BTs into the lane and then Spirit straight back out again.
It begins for XCTN with the Radiance.
Okay.
But it already begun for Secret a long time ago.
Path to victory is this? I understand.
The road to recovery. So he's gonna need 10 minutes of farm, bare minimum for the Naga. 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll see whether Secret can take the Roshan, remove the 2 last tier 2 towers on the map for XCTN. Those are their 2 immediate objectives. And then Roshan, and then high ground. It's not going to be too soon. I think XCTN will have some time to farm before the push comes, but not much. They might have to get a gem on the Naga as well. Like Naga gem is really good, so that the Nyx cannot gank you. Because like, the way I can see Abed dying is the Nyx following him and starting the fight with a Carapace and killing him after that. Here comes the Nyx coming into enemy territory, and All the lanes are pushed right now for Secret. Bottom lane pushed out, mid lane pushed out as well. So they're gonna try to force a tower here in the mid lane. And mid one picking up his dagger. Great item for Ember. Positioning tool.
XCTN. With the Bloodstone up, they'd like to have a
finally.
really good fight with this, but
Finally.
they don't want to get caught out.
I mean, they can still rely on the song plus the ice buff. That's a really good way of initiating the fights. If Secret makes a mistake, they clump up too much, they might fall for that. So team fight wise, there's still one way for Execration to find a good opening if Secret clump up. They need to get the timing perfect and land their ice buff.
Dire's middle tower is under
I mean, it works with the tombstone as well, so very good combination.
Where's the opening? Nyx Assassin's running over.
Yep, Secret are really cautious with their movements.
They have a sentry, they see him, but it won't matter! The initiation is absolutely perfect, the rock will follow in as well. XCTN already down 2, the Song of the Siren will trigger off Rappy, needs some space, he's gonna live. As they're all TP out, oh, that slide of fist,
Oh, he
no!
died!
The Song of the Siren, he TP out and then the slide of
The
fist.
slide, because if you cast the slide during the duration, and even if the target goes out of the AoE, he still gets hit by the slide. You can't escape it. So he still got clipped by
The Undying need to TP first.
Yep, they sort of TP'd a little too slow on Undying there, and bad news for XCTN, losing even more heroes. I mean, the only good thing that happened was at least Naga didn't die. He's their only hope in the game right now for them to be able to win. And Puppy gonna find the real Naga here. Doesn't really have any backup. Nope, Ember's coming in.
Yeah,
they might go for
he's
A-Bet.
he's got a lot of backup. There's a life stealer inside that Ember.
I mean, this dagger is allowing the Ember to just close distance so rapidly with the life stealer. They're using the life stealer bombs very well. Like, their team player is really good and on point.
I was actually wondering, like, who was going to combine it with this life steal and Nyx Assassin as well as Ember. They both
can.
Yeah.
Very mobile heroes. Those are partners that Lifestealer are going to be really happy with. Right now, Tower still remains standing in the mid lane, so Secret are going to march their way down to claim that at the moment. Puppy has a Hood, Dragonlance. The two supports on Secret are just massive. It's not only the cores that are huge, the supports are also very rich. And for XCTN, it's just the Naga doing well, and Timber as well decent. The rest of the heroes are really poor. I mean, just a typical Naga game when you're losing. The Naga's gonna soak up all the farm, your team is gonna suffer.
So everyone just has to sit in poverty
Sit
until
in
Naga
base and wait for the Naga to carry you.
all she can do is try and create space, but right now Team Secret are in a pretty good spot where they just look to go high ground if possible.
Yeah, they're gonna have to try to creep skip with the Naga illusions, but Secret, like I said, they have good solutions for that with the Enchantress. She's gonna be maxing her enchant, which is a good option here against all the illusions. You're gonna be able to deal with that. So not that straightforward for the Naga to just remove all the creeps from the lane so that Secret can't push.
Like you can't even say like, okay, well you just turn off the Radiance, you don't have that effect, because like without that effect you only have Riptide to push out the lanes.
Yep. You definitely have to just hope that you don't run into the Enchantress when you're split pushing with the illusions. And they're gonna try to smoke out.
Yeah, but Team Secret scanned it. XCTN just hit the edge of the scan.
Yep, they're gonna try to bring the Nyx back. Oh, they saw the Nyx. There's an Ops and Sentry here. This is what you want. Ops and Sentry at the entrances to your jungle against a Nyx. You wanna see him moving, and that's why XCTN were able to make that smoke play. They understood that there were two heroes not there. And with the scan, like you said, Secret backing off.
Both teams getting all the information they require, but Team Secret are playing this perfectly. Like, currently flawless, 15 for 0. Their lead stretching over 16,000 as well, and
just very
XCTN are finding the openings they're really hoping for.
Very top class play from Secret, doing every small detail. Everything was done correctly. The scans are used perfectly. The wards, the sentries. Right now the lanes, they have one deep ward in XCTN jungle above, below the tier 2 in top lane, and they're waiting for their next opportunity to siege again. They want to get Roshan plus the towers, the last remaining tower of XCTN. Those are their immediate objective, but another observer sentry going to scout out the Nyx. So even though they're behind, but XCTN still, placing really good vision around the map, allowing them to stay in the game.
Yeah, now they scan just to see if Nyx Assassin's moving in. And yep, Nyx will trigger. on the scan, but with the Observer Wall that Team Secret have, it may not even matter because they know that there's two hiding behind the tier 2 tower. Okay, they're already TP'd out.
I mean, this is still really good play from XCTN, despite being in such a difficult position. But they're still making very good plays here to stay in the game. Like, movements are very good. They are just getting whatever space they can get right now, like for the Naga especially and the Timber.
And just prepare everything for high ground defense. If that Timber is somehow able to complete up what I don't know if he's trying to get
He wants an
Scepter,
Aghanim,
so you
yeah,
have
so
like the
that
double chakrams.
you have a lot of wave clear. That's what you need to stop the push. But he is still quite far away, I'm afraid, Toby, so it's gonna be a while before that happens.
Yeah, Team Secret are ready to go a lot earlier than this.
They're
Enchant
smoked-
up a
they're
Naga
smoked up.
Illusion. They know that they're smoked up and moving around the front.
Where's the Nyx? Kezu is their primary first move hero. Well, I say he's the primary first move hero, but Ember has been making a lot of initiations for them with the dagger as well.
Abed.
Oh, they see him, they know it's real. Do they have a gem?
No, they don't. They don't. Not at least not the Nyx Assassin. He only just bought a hand of Midas.
Yep, triple Midas. But after the dagger, so I approve.
Is he just? He's guessing by knowing when he's hit by Radiance.
Yep, he was trying to look for the Radiance burn, but not going to be successful since they do not have any detection yet.
They still have their Observer Wards up on top, and finally XCTN are going to do something about this, and they're going to get both of them.
Well, at some point, I still think they're going to need a gem against the Nyx, and the best target to put it on is the Naga, with the illusion scouting the map out. So that's going to be one of the important things they have to deal with as well in the next couple of minutes. Bat Rider finally has his Blink plus 4 stuff at 27 minutes. And Roshan, so after the 2 towers being removed, they proceed to their last objective outside the map, getting that big boy.
Are they going to get there in time? With a Bat Rider, you'd normally feel confident, but the Firefly is still on cooldown. Secret aren't...
Not sure though, it's going to be obvious if they come over here.
No, they're not committing that heavily to it. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Secret is actually pretty slow, but they want to fight. So they want to initiate with the Nyx. This is probably the right call for them.
I think it's happening. Now it's going to be Rappy, the front liner. Mid one jumps in. They're keeping the Infest inside. Now they pop out. Kevin jumps in. Gets the lasso, but the rock from Highlight Eye with the Feather Bonds connecting him. Abed again trying to hold him in position so they can TP out. DJ won't be so lucky. He wants to find the kill on Kezu. Nicely weighted, but still it's casualties for XCTN. As MP gets a triple kill on that live stealer.
Such a good decision there by Secret immediately after realizing, oh, we're not doing the Roshan that quickly. We need to smoke, and it's better for us to jump them outside of the Roach pit. Since, like you mentioned, the Song could be really dangerous and the Bat Rider in the Roach pit. So by making that smoke play, they eliminate all the possible ways that they could lose the fight at the Roshan. Top class play there from Secret.
Well, now you've actually got extra survivability and harder control. Yeah, BKB for mid one's up.
Good luck killing the Ember now.
It's such a big kill you want. Like he's got a, look at the kill streaks coming in from all of Team
Secret. He does
Secret.
realize the only way they can control him is the Song plus the Ice Path. So if he has BKB, how on earth are they going to kill him?
It's a very good question.
So the gem is going to come on Paladai. That's going to cause even more problems for XCTN. They've been relying on all this like vision they have to, to understand, oh, it's safe here to farm. They're going to be able to push this lane. But with the gem coming out from Paladai right now, probably going to give it to the Nyx. Yep, Nyx has it. Once all the wards are removed, it's going to be extremely difficult for the Naga to split push. And he's going to have a hard time getting his level 16, Getting to level 16 as Naga is really important because of the cooldown of your ultimate. Without the level 3 cooldown, it's going to be very dangerous every time you pop the Song, and it's going to give a Secret a lot of time to actually pressure your towers.
And this is a beautiful sight. 3 Midases all sitting neatly
Hey,
in a row.
hey, why not? You're up against a Naga. You're not going to end the game.
Yeah, not until the Ember gets a little bit bigger, but they're now looking for an opening as mid one. Again, becoming the carrier, the live stealer. But XCTN, they're here to defend. Hey, Timber's almost got Axe. 400. 400. He just needs another couple of creep waves, and then the clearance is there. But I think Puppy, he's sitting on the edge of a scythe.
What? He has a scythe?
He's got the ultimate orb, so I assume it's going to be a scythe unless he's considering something else. Like if he was looking to get like the Lincolns to support off the jump in, then Like you probably should just get a Lotus Orb instead.
Yeah, probably just Scythe. Oh,
Like
less.
Lasso, yep, there's your jump forward. The Ice Plant will hold him there, but look at Puppey. The damage from the side, they slide a fist and steering chains. XCTN, they want to run, but they just have no legs at the moment. Kaizu will drop, so at least Undying will get something here. Gem will get recovered up by MP.
Oh, the courier. They were trying to look for the gem, but Secret killing 3 heroes and the courier. But DJ is going to be up, no thanks to that Bloodstone charge, so he's going to be there. You said 400 go for the axe.
Yeah, now it's
like
800. He's a little bit further away, plus down to 8 Bloodstone charges. But that's
they're
some
going
great fight for
to need
Secret.
him to work overtime to make sure that they're going to be able to defend his racks.
Well, it's 30 minutes in is when mid one really does want to fight. And remember, he never had to use his 10-second BKB. Upheaval, going to make it difficult if XCTN want to come close to mid one and MP. But they just sit so far away. They won't reach him. Melee Rax is lost. XCTN just have to accept this. Question is, how hard does Secret push this? Do they keep going? Like, you now just have that fresh Scythe device, and he does actually have the Scythe on Puppey at 31 minutes.
Dire's bottom
So you've got extra disable.
Puppey is like richer than your Timbersaw. Gosh.
This is our net worth.
Is he even a support right now?
Oh, this is cool. Like, this may have actually been an off-lane Enchantress at this point in the game. Just because Puppey got 5 kills in like the first, what, 15 minutes?
He played brilliantly the first 5 minutes. The wards from XCTN did not stop him from doing what he wanted to do. Maybe it slowed him down, like the first rotations didn't work, but he was persistent enough to keep moving and understanding that all he has to do is just make me done fat this game, and he's gonna carry the whole tempo of the game.
Mid one's getting bigger now with the Daedalus completed.
Dude, he's just gonna wreck
Yep.
the Naga.
With that, he actually cracks the 20k net worth, first player in the game so far. Everyone else is just on the hunt. Kaizu with his Vendetta as well as the gem.
And
Can't find a target,
I'm
however.
really surprised they still haven't passed a gem on Abat. Like, he's always so scared when he doesn't see the Nyx. Like, with a gem, then he can play much more aggressive, but without the gem, he's always very restricted in terms of how much space that he can farm, because he doesn't see the Nyx all the time. Like, Kaizu is never going to show himself on the map. He's always going to be in the fog, and you don't see the lifestealer. You have to assume that the lifestealer is always inside the Nyx assassin, so he puts a lot of pressure on the Naga. Like, you can't farm as comfortable as you want to.
Yeah, that's when you look for all these illusions to do your vision work too. But for now, mid one just trying to help get rid of him.
Greaves on Paladai as well.
So you've got the sustain, you've got the team fight, you've got the big area of effect damage, you've got the pushing power.
I guess the next thing you want is probably maybe a pipe onto Paladai.
You've got Puppey already with the Hood of Defiance. He bought it up really early, so it's a simple thing. But I got a funny feeling he may have something else in mind.
Yeah, he's really greedy at the moment. He's like filling the farm. I'm not gonna get a pipe for my team, you know. I'm gonna go for something bigger.
Because if he was going to get a pipe, he would have bought it. Like, he's sitting at 1900. More than likely, he might just get BTs and start a split push game.
You know what he could do with the BTs? Like, every time you see the Naga illusion split pushing the other lanes, you just BT over and chance steal the illusions.
You just grab one.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a good idea for the BTs.
Yeah. Well, Team Secret may not even have to worry about getting to that point. They're already looking to push in. The top lane's got the momentum. And now Lifestealer also has a Daedalus of his own.
God.
Has so much physical DPS that XCTN just won't have an answer to, but they have to. They have to try something. Their top lane and their mid lane are currently under siege.
I think you pray that you get a song that catches three of Secret heroes, and then you start with the Ice Path.
Well, the Ice Path doesn't control him for long enough, and now the jump in mid one. He just goes hand with a blink forward. Remember, he's still got that
Oh,
BKB.
the lasso.
The lasso will drag him back out. Does he have a spirit? Yes, he does. So even if you think you've got him, you don't really. The Tombstone being brought down by Puppey. He stood his ground to do that.
Dude, look at that Enchantress. He just stood there and Chaotic Offering.
He's throwing it down. He's trying to create some space, but
Oh!
MP's in rage! It's going to go down!
No buyback!
Paladai will still be brought
No
down,
buyback!
however, but yeah, with no Naga Siren back, DJ's now going to get stunned up. They've lost the Timber. He does have buyback.
Oh, this game is more or less over right now for XCTN. They're on their last legs. They have to try their best to defend this without the Naga. But
Oh, they're losing another one. The Hex is out.
this is GG.
There goes your Batrider, and with that, right now, XCTN.
They're gonna lose this Rax for sure.
Yep. In fact, they should just lose every Rax at this point. They don't have anything to defend. They expended all their primary abilities. The Naga, with no Song of the Siren, when she comes back up, doesn't even let them set up. At least the upside is you don't have a Warlock, so you don't have like the Greaves
Oh, yeah,
or the Chaotic
sure.
Offering.
You don't
I'm looking at any bright side right now. There's a silver lining somewhere.
I mean, I guess Fatal Bonds is pretty problematic. Fatal Bonds into the slide.
Yeah.
I can agree to that. Like, Warlock still does a lot, but Mega Creeps is completed for Secret here.
XCTN 25-3.
They're not giving up, Toby.
They are not. They are not. They're coming as the underdogs into this game, so you knew it was going to be rough for them to start with, but you kind of didn't think it was going to be this much of a rough ride.
Yeah. Secret just played amazing in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the game. Like, Puppy is for sure the MVP for this game for me.
Now, how many is he still sitting on? There's still no deaths for the Ember Lifestealer or the Enchantress.
Yep, here comes Execration. It's
Yeah,
probably
this
their
could be
last stand.
roll. The dice already your best jump out. The stuns. It's huge from Nyx with the spike cameras. The slider fits. GG it out. Execration are just destroying a rampage of Midwater. Team Secret take game 1 of this best of 5 in the ROG Masters in a very, very, very convincing style.
Well, that was a classic Enchantress game by Puppy there, setting his team up for victory. Very well done. And for Execration, back to the drawing board. Probably not so suitable to pick Naga in a slow-paced game against Secret. They need to be more aggressive in the early game against Secret.
Yeah, I agree. That was a bit off. You thought, hey, maybe they could do it. Where was the Urga? Didn't exist, but still.
They had the Undying though.
They had the Undying, and
But
yeah, that was great performance by Team Secret. Of course, we've got a whole bunch of people I know who are very, very excited to talk about the game. Back to the panelists.
We are indeed. Thank you so much, Toby, as well as Winter. Now, guys, that was, I guess, one-sided would be a slight understatement. Looking at the draft, the guys from Execration, they had to hard win all their lanes. That absolutely did not happen. So let's dissect the whole game, lane by lane, what went wrong in each of them.
We'll dissect the prediction first.
So do I just give you the money now? Like, how much is it Tarek?
I don't want just one. We need one for the whole crowd.
Oh dear lord, this is going to get expensive, isn't it?
They're going to be all on Gareth. You can thank him later. But what went wrong in the lanes?
Like you said, they had to win hard win their lane. They pick Undying, Jakiro. These are lane dominators. They did not do it, mostly because of the Puppy Enchantress. The Puppy.
That's just a thing.
I had a talk about with No-Tail a couple years back, and he said Enchantress is one of these heroes that could hard win a game 8 minutes in if you do it right. And that game was a prime example of that. 4 kills versus a Bat Rider mid, including First Blood, stole the stack, and after that stack exchange where Bat Rider lost it, Ember was like 1,000 net worth ahead. We're talking about 6 minutes into the game. Not only did Bat die 4 times, he was able to force a TP out from Timber in the bottom lane, which supposedly was a lane that they're designed to win. And Puppy had his handprints and foot-stamps all over that game. The game was over 8 minutes in.
Everything that went wrong legitimately went wrong. I did not see any glimmer of hope there for Execration. It looked that bad.
And the Naga was there, but in the end, the Naga was just delaying the inevitable, right? Just drawing out the game, and
They didn't lose safely.
I mean,
Didn't win it either, though. So
Exactly, didn't win it.
that's the issue.
Didn't
There was
lose
a
That's the
point
one
where
thing that
win it.
didn't go wrong. Naga had a 19-minute ratings.
Yeah.
It's like okay timing.
but then the fact
great.
that Batrider gets delayed, Blink Dagger, mid one, who, you know, the hero, the player that we've kind of focused on as being the guy that goes off for Secret, not touched, right? They couldn't roam in onto him. Puppy was
Right.
safeguarding. And like you said, it's Puppy with his handprint all over the place. You know, he started that domino effect. He made sure that mid was won, that meant safe lane was won, the jungle was taken over.
Inflated
with
net
that-
worth for everyone as well. That was so rich. If you saw the net worth of everyone at the end of the game, it was almost all Team Secret in the top 5.
Hands of Midas. Great stuff.
Yeah, Toby liked it, so that's a good thing. Now we have some highlights once again for you guys. So I guess I'm mostly going to highlight the dominance of Secret. Not sure if there has there been any fight
there
where Execration really did that much, other than Naga helping them to get away. I can't remember.
Not
This was a
really.
close one. Like he was about to die.
You
was about
you
to
can't.
die.
Lumi is like grinning to himself right now. You can't say that with a straight face.
Close-ish.
Ish, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you saw Execration after the disaster in the laning stage. They tried to make plays to make a comeback. They had 2 smokes in succession. Unfortunately, the warding from Secret was so good. They scouted out, and it's hard to make ganks against Nyx Assassin, who I think Hezu broke one of them and was able to escape. And
They had scans and wards, Nick's
Yeah.
scouting people out, everything. It was a clinic from Secret, right? It was almost literal perfection.
I think world-class Dota was said multiple times during that cast, and there's very little disagreement, at least from me. They pretty much did everything that they're supposed to do. Also, I think one of the replay that's going to be coming up is they gave up a Roshan just to like walk up the ramp to take a fight. Normally, that's very dangerous to do it against an Undying, a Bat Rider. But that was ultimately the right move by Secret because your heroes are so mobile that the Ember Spear able to, this fight, walk up the ramp, broke the smoke, and just went in. They have Rock backup, they have Ember to initiate, and it was a clean fight. I think this is when they lost a hero for the first time.
One here.
Kezu, what a scrub. First one to die. But
And hero.
pretty much a flawless game. I don't know who was the second person that died for Team Secret.
I can't remember either.
Yeah.
We may see
I don't think it meant too much though.
No. So I'm more
Oh.
worried for Execration like game 2, right? Like
Yeah, I felt that if they were
Oh,
going to win a game this
Kezu.
series, it would be
Kezu
this
died.
game.
This one, yeah.
And you can see they set themselves up during the draft. You know, that's why I believed in them. But apparently, Execration, like Tinkerbell, you need more than just one person to clap their hands and say, "I believe."
oh, that was 3-2-2 right there.
That's
Or no,
3-3-2.
3-3-2.
Aren't you a
sorry.
math
No,
teacher?
technically he 3-2-2'd the 3-2-2.
There you go.
Gee, now it's getting deep. But yeah, that was a great display from Secret. They were doing really well, great team play. We saw some great Nakes bombs coming out of that game as well. I guess the live studio in general was pretty happy with that lineup. What is Execration going to do now? How can they come back? I mean,
They need to reevaluate everything that happened in game 1.
and they have about 5 minutes to do so, so good luck with that. Did Secret like show any flaws there, in your opinion? I mean, it's easy to look really, really grand if your opponents are doing pretty darn bad.
Puppy didn't get a kill on one of the ganks that he went to.
That's
Awful.
where you put.
That's atrocious.
Horrendous.
Honestly.
Timber's all TP'd out. I mean,
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
he didn't bring a Michael to stun him, I guess.
But okay, so there wasn't really anything
Yeah.
Secret can.
I think we got to talk more about Execration. Again, they picked a lineup that is supposed to win the lane stage. Let's focus on that.
Yeah.
I felt like their Undying Timber dual offlane was supposed to win. I think they stopped Lifestealer farming for like a minute, and then Puppy came in. So I guess the last pick, the Enchantress, was such a thorn on their side that, you know, walking into the next couple games, they need to be mentally aware of that. That the last pick Puppy Enchantress can't come out and record day.
It's not as though Execration's like early warding was poor, right? They did have wards to scout Puppy out a couple of times. It's just the fact
Yeah.
that when he rolls up, he turns up with a couple of creeps, and you are meant to be stationary in your lane. You're meant to be applying pressure. Even if you step back and take the foot off the pedal, then it's a losing battle to begin with. You know, just with Puppy turning up and hiding in the tree somewhere.
Correct.
Okay.
Thanks, Lumi.
But now, Lumi, since you
Oh no,
mentioned that,
Lumi, please don't.
that-
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Sorry,
oh
I didn't-
my
I
God,
didn't
you
see
almost
it.
let him hang.
I no, I totally left him hanging until he called me out.
Well, you know, it's still kind of leaving him hanging.
I just want to point something out.
Calling
Actually,
you out.
Lumi is standing on a box like the
Is he
girls
really?
are. Yes.
Why
No,
are you
I'm not.
standing on a box?
What?
Why are you standing on a box?
To be taller than me.
Oh, that's
Okay.
nice. Well, no one is standing on a box here. We're all just very tall people.
Production
Either way,
magic.
yeah, exactly. It's all production magic. Now, Lumi, you're pointing out at Enchantress and the threat coming with it. But what is Minescu supposed to do against that? Because it's not like Enchantress is the only thing Puppy is really, really good at, and they can't possibly just ban out every hero for Puppy because that's leaving open a little bit too much for the others.
I think Enchantress, it was the perfect storm for an Enchantress game. Not only about the early game roaming pressure, because Chen technically could do similar in that department, but it's the fact that she could dominate the Naga illusions in the mid game. I think it's the primary reason that made Enchantress so good. Like with the Midas and the domination of the Enchantress, like she had a Hex, a Hood,
Dragonlance,
Midas.
Yeah.
What was it, like 20 minutes, 25 minutes? He had all of that.
That's the thing, right? Because Chen, you know, you go for Arcane's Mech, Greaves, 4 staff, but Enchantress was scaling, so
She killed a lot of heroes
Yeah.
with their impetus.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, like what can they do about the Enchantress? I don't think it's not the hero necessarily, but the playstyle. And to me, I think Execration drafted themselves into a corner that was very vulnerable to that playstyle.
Right. Well, we will find out what they are coming back with in game number 2. We're going to head into a quick break, and then we are back with all the action. Let's see if Execration can actually tie it up to a 1-1 series, or if that second game is also going to be that one-sided. Stay tuned.